Welcome to North Petherton Carnival 2025. Tonight we're here for one of the biggest, brightest and most anticipated events of the entire Somerset Carnival season. As darkness falls and the streets fill with the excited crowds, the atmosphere builds into something truly special, a mixture of tradition, creativity and community spirit that has brought people together for generations. This is one of those nights many look forward to every autumn, a moment where months of hard work, planning, building and rehearsing finally roll out onto the streets in a spectacular procession of lights and sound. And as the crowds gather, you can feel the energy shift, that little buzz you only get on Carnival night. North Petherton Carnival has a long, proud history as part of the Somerset Guy Fawkes Carnival circuit, a tradition stretching back well over a century. What started as small local celebrations gradually evolved into the huge illuminated processions we know today. Over the decades, carnival clubs have pushed the limits of engineering, artistry and entertainment, creating some of the most impressive moving displays anywhere in the world. These carnivals aren't just about spectacle. They were originally fundraising events, raising money for local causes, hospitals and charities. And although the technology has advanced massively, that community-driven heart is still at the centre of it all. Every float you'll see tonight exists because teams of volunteers dedicate thousands of hours, building, painting, wiring bulbs, rehearsing routines, all driven by passion and pride. There's something magical about the build-up. The crowd finds its place along the pavements, families bundle up in coats and scarves, children dance on their toes waiting for the first glow of lights to appear down the road. Street vendors serve hot drinks, the hum of chatter rises, and the excitement is impossible to ignore. And then, usually in the distance, you'll see it. That first glow, that first beam of coloured light cutting through the dark. The moment where the carnival truly begins. As the procession reaches us, the street transforms. Brightly lit carts flood the night with colour. Dancers and performers move with enthusiasm and care. Tableaux carts, the ones where performers remain still and posed, bring a different kind of magic, their detailed scenes telling stories through stillness, expression and mood. This year there seems to be even more tableaux than usual, and it's wonderful to see. There's something special about the quiet artistry of these static scenes, the precision, the atmospheric lighting, the way every performer holds their position with such discipline. They add a steady rhythm to the whole procession. Some of the floats tonight may look familiar to anyone who watched my video of the Taunton Carnival a few weeks ago, as a couple of the same entries are taking part in the whole circuit this season. But even if you've seen them before, each carnival has its own atmosphere, different crowds, different surroundings, and a slightly different feel that makes every appearance unique. And of course, there are plenty of other floats in this procession that viewers may not have come across yet, even though they've already been out on the road at other carnivals earlier in the autumn. It's easy to forget just how much work goes into these carts. Many of them take nearly a full year to design and construct. Behind the bright lights are steel frames, complex electrical systems, motors, generators, and thousands upon thousands of bulbs. Every cart is hand-built by volunteers, engineers, artists, electricians, fabricators, and community members who all bring different skills to the table. The attention to detail is extraordinary. Props, costumes, scenery, lighting effects, nothing is left to chance. Some carts run on generators so powerful they could light an entire street. Clubs spend countless evenings and weekends working away in sheds and barns, keeping their ideas secret until carnival season begins. It's a level of craftsmanship and teamwork that's rare today, and it shows in every single float that passes by. What makes these carnivals even more special is how deeply rooted they are in community life. For many families, including mine, evenings like this have become an annual autumn tradition, a highlight of the season. People grow up coming to these events. Some become performers or club members themselves. Others simply return year after year because it just wouldn't feel like autumn without the lights, music, and magic of carnival night. One of the loveliest parts of the night for me was seeing how completely captivated my toddler was, clapping almost the entire time as each new float passed by. I've only included a small clip of it here, but that sense of wonder lasted throughout the whole procession. Moments like that remind you how magical these carnivals can be for children, and how these traditions continue to spark joy in every new generation. One of the standout features of Somerset carnivals is the Tableaux category. These floats tell stories through stillness, posture, costume, and expression. The performers remain motionless, creating an almost living painting. The lighting is carefully designed to enhance the mood, sometimes dramatic, sometimes serene, sometimes hauntingly beautiful. It's a level of discipline that not everyone realises. Holding these poses in costume under bright lights, often in the cold, requires enormous focus and stamina. It's part performance, part endurance, part art. And every year the Tableaux entries feel more atmospheric, more polished, more captivating. Of course, the moving, dancing floats bring another kind of excitement. High energy performances, choreographed routines, catchy music. Even though we don't hear the soundtrack tonight for copyright reasons, you can imagine the atmosphere these floats create when they come through with full sound. From intricate dance numbers to bold themes and vibrant costumes, these carts are designed to thrill. Performers train for months, learning routines and building stamina to dance for miles. Every movement is timed, every transition well rehearsed. It's easy to underestimate the physical effort involved, but when you watch them up close, it's impossible not to admire the dedication. Behind the scenes, carnival life is almost like a second job for many volunteers. There are weekly build nights, fundraising events, costume fittings, electrical inspections, and constant improvements. It's a year-round cycle of creativity. Funding comes from raffles, events, donations, club memberships, and the generosity of local supporters. Every pound counts. Every volunteer matters. And every cart that rolls out on carnival night represents thousands of hours given freely for the joy of creating something incredible. Judging also plays a big role. Carts are scored on lighting, music, construction, costumes, performance, and interpretation of theme. Each town's results contribute to overall standings, and North Petherton has a reputation for being both enthusiastic and fair in its judging. One thing that never changes is the excitement in the crowd. People lean forward to catch the details. Children sit on shoulders pointing at their favourite scenes. Families huddle together enjoying the glow and the warmth from the passing lights. You see teenagers taking photos, older generations reminiscing about past carnivals, and newcomers amazed at the sheer scale of it all. And that mix, regulars and first-timers, young and old, is one of the most charming things about Carnival Night. It's a tradition that belongs to everyone. For anyone who has never been to a Somerset Carnival in person, it's worth knowing that what you're seeing tonight is truly unique. These are the largest illuminated processions in the world. The craftsmanship, the engineering, the size of the floats, you won't find anything quite like it anywhere else. Carnivals here are a blend of local identity, long-standing rivalry, deep pride and pure creativity. Every club wants to impress. Every cart aims to stand out, and every year the bar gets raised just a little higher. As the night continues, the variety of floats keeps things exciting. Some are dramatic, others funny, others mysterious or whimsical. You'll find history themes, fantasy worlds, cinematic inspirations, and original concepts brought to life with astonishing levels of detail. There are small walk-in entries as well, groups in costumes, dancers, characters, and performers who help break up the larger floats and add variety to the procession. These entries are often made up of families, youth groups, schools, and local organisations who bring just as much spirit to the night as the big clubs. Carnival nights are always at their most magical in the dark. The black sky becomes a backdrop for moving sculptures of colour. Each float brings its own world of light, warm, cold, glowing, flashing, swirling. Standing on the street watching it all pass, you feel wrapped inside it. The light reflects on the faces, shop windows and the wet pavements, creating a glow that feels almost festive even before the Christmas season begins. It's one of the reasons these carnivals are such a beloved part of autumn in Somerset. They brighten the darker evenings in the best possible way. Float after float passes by, each bringing its own mood and tone. Some are loud and lively, some are atmospheric and eerie, others almost like stage shows on wheels, elaborate costumes, special effects, performers filling every corner of the cart. And the detail is staggering. Every mask, every prop, every painted backdrop, all hand done. And all designed to be seen for only a few seconds by each point in the crowd. That dedication says everything about the love that goes into this tradition. So why do people keep returning to these carnivals year after year? Part of it is a sense of community, part of it is the excitement, and part of it is the nostalgia, the memory of coming as a child and now bringing your own children. For many, carnival season marks the turning point of autumn. The nights are darker, the weather cooler, but the glow of the carnival brings warmth back to the streets. It's something to look forward to, something that marks the calendar in a way few events do. As the final floats begin to make their way through, the carnival takes on a slightly calmer feeling. The crowd starts to settle, people begin chatting about their favourites, the best lights, the most impressive carts, the cleverest design. You can feel that sense of satisfaction, the feeling that you've been part of something special. And even though the night has been filled with colour and noise and movement, there's a kind of peacefulness at the end. And that brings us to the end of North Petherton Carnival 2025. Another unforgettable night filled with creativity, tradition, community and pure spectacle. Every cart, every performer, every volunteer contributes to something bigger, a celebration that brings joy to thousands and keeps a unique Somerset tradition alive. Thank you for joining me tonight in experiencing this incredible event. Whether you're a long-time carnival goer or someone discovering it for the first time, I hope this has captured some of the magic that makes these nights so special. And with that, the light fades, the streets quieten, and another carnival season continues on its journey. Until next time, good night.